Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of psychopathy within the field of criminology. We'll be exploring what psychopathy really means, looking at different subtypes, and discussing the important implications this has for both clinical and legal settings. I'm excited to share some valuable insights with you all. Let's get started. Psychopathy is a significant concept in psychological criminology, referring to a specific group of individuals who exhibit unique behavioral and personality traits. The key features of psychopathy include a notable lack of empathy, a tendency to manipulate others, and often ongoing antisocial behavior. Research in this field is focused on understanding how these traits influence criminal tendencies, which helps professionals improve assessment, prevention, and rehabilitation strategies in forensic settings. Essentially, psychopathy is examined for its critical role in criminal behavior and its implications within forensic psychology. Psychopathy is relatively rare in the general population, affecting about 1% of people. But when we look at criminal populations, the numbers are strikingly different. Research shows that somewhere between 15 to 25% of convicted offenders can be classified as psychopaths. This significant overrepresentation means that psychopaths have a major impact on the criminal justice system. It also highlights why it's crucial for professionals to identify psychopathy accurately, to better understand and manage its effects. Primary psychopaths have distinct characteristics that set them apart. They naturally show emotional detachment, meaning they don't form typical emotional connections. They also lack guilt for their actions and often display a shallow affect, so their emotions seem superficial or insincere. It's important to understand how these traits differ from those seen in psychotic or neurotic individuals. Psychotic individuals experience a distorted sense of reality, often experiencing delusions or hallucinations. Neurotic individuals, on the other hand, struggle with anxiety or various emotional disturbances but remain in touch with reality. Recognizing these key differences is crucial because primary psychopaths need different clinical approaches and legal considerations compared to other psychological disorders. This ensures they receive appropriate treatment and interventions. When we compare psychopathy and sociopathy, it's important to understand their distinct traits. Psychopaths are typically more calculating and manipulative. They tend to plan their actions carefully and usually don't show emotional outbursts, which makes them seem cold and detached. On the other hand, sociopaths behave in a more erratic and impulsive way. Unlike psychopaths, they can form attachments to certain people, even though their behavior is still antisocial. This emotional connectivity and unpredictability are key differences between the two. Understanding these characteristics helps us better recognize how these disorders manifest in behavior. When we look beyond primary psychopathy, we find other important subtypes, namely secondary and dissocial psychopaths. Secondary psychopaths typically develop their traits as a result of environmental influences, such as experiencing trauma. Unlike primary psychopaths, they often show higher levels of anxiety, which can affect their behavior and emotional responses. On the other hand, dissocial psychopaths are marked by a clear disregard for social norms and laws. Their behavior tends to be impulsive and aggressive, often leading to conflicts with authority and society. Understanding these subtypes is crucial because it reveals a complexity within psychopathy and it helps tailor approaches in both research and clinical treatment. Psychopathy is a highly complex and important area in criminology, characterized by unique behavioral traits that influence how we diagnose and manage individuals, as well as how society responds to them. Understanding the different forms of psychopathy, primary, secondary, and dissocial, is crucial. It's equally important to distinguish these from related conditions like psychosis and sociopathy to ensure accurate clinical evaluation and appropriate criminal justice measures. These distinctions have real-world implications, guiding both healthcare professionals and legal authorities in making informed decisions. Moreover, ongoing research in this field continues to deepen our knowledge, leading to better strategies for intervention and managing risks associated with psychopathy.